I get on the bus, go to Sydney, and then as I'm waiting in the airport, Hayden sends me a message. He's like, "Don't get your parents to pick you up. I'm going to pick you up." So I was like, "Yeah, all right."
This never ends well, dude. Let's just know. Let's go for it, mate. Welcome back to the Road Guide, episode 8. What an achievement! 8 episodes in, 8 weeks, mate. That's pretty good. We've been doing pretty well. What's happened? What's been going on in your life, dude?
I had a nice little bro date this week. Obviously,
really?
Yeah, you can't do much in the lockdown world, but nowadays you can get a double vax friend over. So
Really?
One of my mates came over. Oh, we just had like the racing on in the background, just like gambling, playing shot chess, playing beer pong, playing a bit of Xbox. Yeah, that was great.
Beer pong. There's a great game. How do you go at beer pong, Dos?
I'm pretty elite. I've been a part of the winning team of other team doing nudie runs because they couldn't hit a cup.
Ooh, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, I think that's my big flex.
Mate.
It's usually what I say on most of my first dates, and yeah, maybe that's why there's not too many second dates because they're too intimidated by me.
I mean, that's kind of a good strategy, though. You sort of get them doing a nudie run pretty early in the relationship.
Yeah, true.
Jordo almost made me do a nudie run when we were playing pool. I nearly didn't sink a bloody ball. It was tragic. He was pushing the black ball around by the time I started sinking them.
Mate, it's just small hands. Your small hands just not quite.
If there's one recurring gag that we can have, it's not going to be that, dude. That's getting cut. As far as myself goes, I've been working hard, dude. I've been putting these calloused, grizzly, masculine hands to work with the rake. I actually have blisters all over them. It's covered in dirt. It actually feels pretty bloody good from working in office to being out raking pebbles. I have all these pebbles in my front yard. I reckon almost 100 square meter of pebbles, which I probably could have sold for a good amount of money. But instead, I jumped on the infamous community board, the Longreach community board, which everywhere in Australia, every unique niche location has their own community board. It's a blessing and a curse. A lot of good things happen there, but also a lot of bad things. And I basically just said, hey, come to my house. Don't tell me when. I don't care. Just come in, scoop these pebbles and go. And I will tell you what, people came at all hours. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Someone was here with their trailer parked across my yard, basically, scooping pebbles in. Then you come back and it's a different person, different trailer parked up. Then you come back, there's this dude with heavy machinery, a kanga, scooping around, scooping stuff up. Dude, it has been insane. I've actually documented all of it. So this isn't just chat. This is a true story. And now recently I've been scooping up the rest, and I've got a cute little puppy. Little Paulie, little border collie. He's helping me pull some of the tarps up and do a bit of raking. He's actually useless and a liability when it comes to raking. He just jumps on the rake and wants to wrestle it. So
it would have been 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, I guess. He sees how I'm doing, and he was like, no, that ain't it. He's like, I've been genetically bred and engineered for this. You're doing it wrong. So, it's been good. I've been having a great week, actually. It's been bloody good.
Yeah, nice. Well, it's good to hear you doing a bit of hard work because it's got nothing to do with our theme today, and this is not a good segue. But today we're doing
You can't win them all, mate. You can't win them all.
Doing the road guide to classy events.
Love them, dude. I did one last night, actually. Went to the Flyers Ball in Longreach. It was absolutely amazing. In the Wool Pavilion at the showgrounds, about 400 and something odd people, over 400 people, dressed to the absolute nines. It was amazing. And all of the great things that come with going out for a fancy event. Because it's not just the event. It's not just the great pictures that you'll see from the professional photographer. It's hours before, it's right before, it's getting there, it's doing it, and then critically it's after as well, getting home or not. So it was a great event, and I'll talk about it throughout the program.
Yeah, nice. It doesn't surprise me you'll be talking about yourself throughout this. So,
that is the point. That is the point of the pod. I feel like I've got a free pass for this. It's the only reason why I'm doing it. You hit me up, hey Dan, I need you to talk about yourself. I was like, yeah,
say no more.
I'm interested in that.
All you have to do is record. Step one, I go with the approach of it's better to be overdressed than underdressed for these classy formal events. True. Usually on the invites there's like cocktail attire. After all, there's nothing more embarrassing rocking up being the most underdressed person there.
Oh.
So it's very important to go the extra mile. I always say, like, if you're 50-50 on a decision, on a fashion decision, make sure you go with the vest. You know, go get that pink jacket. Or ladies, put that train on that dress. Like, just fear nothing. Just go hard or go home. I think there was a pretty funny incident with where my mates actually stitched up the guest of the show in episode 4, Nelson.
I remember this.
Yeah, they told him that it was formal attire, and so he suited up, and then the rest of them were just in like casual clothes. And they like put on formal stuff in the Uber, and then when they got there, they like had it all set up so they could like rotate it all around. And then he was the only one that was in formal attire. It was pretty funny, especially because he's self-conscious as hell. So he nearly had a breakdown.
So what did he do? Did he embrace it? Did he go into the event absolutely looking like art? Let's face it. I saw the outfit. Yeah. He was looking sharp. But did he commit?
Yeah, so he did after a bit of convincing because he was like, "Nah, I'm getting an Uber home. I'm going." Like, come on.
Yeah. My home's 500 meters away, but I'm catching an Uber because I can't be stopped walking.
Yeah, so one of the boys had a car nearby. They're like, "Oh, look, you can leave your jacket in the car, and then you should be right. Like, you just look a little bit more overdressed rather than significantly."
Yeah, I actually think not dressing up, even though I can't keep the same energy for Halloween or fancy dress parties that we've spoken about in an earlier parties episode, actually for themed parties, I tend to go quite underdressed for those. But when it comes to suiting up and actually going to a formal event, I think it kind of says something about you as a person. I don't want to really target anyone. If you feel attacked by this, then I'm sorry. But it says something about you as a person if you come underdressed. If you come with the daggy, shorts on, maybe even like a jorts or a khaki shorts type look. I'm sort of picturing that. Picturing like I keep thinking denim or khaki jacket, something a bit tacky, something a bit gross, and everyone's there really looking great. You sort of become a bit of a pariah. Whereas on the other hand, if you're there looking absolutely sharp and maybe you've gone a bit too far, everyone's going to be saying, "Oh, mate," like whether it's sarcastic or ironic or genuine or not, people will take notice and people will let you know that they think you're looking at least fancy.
I actually had a mate that really kind of lived by that overdress.
We get it, mate. You've got mates. Jesus,
this is different, mate, as well. And he's back-to-back champion on the Fashions of Field in this country race about 4 hours away from anything. And, but yeah, hey,
shout out that bloke. Shout out that bloke.
Shout out Dodzy.
Shout out Dodzy. And I'm going to shout out Fergus Emmett. He is a absolute fiend for Fashions on the Field. He is a regular winner. He's invested enough into it, let's face it, with his suits and whatnot selection, but he pulls it off. Anyway, totally agree. Better to be overdressed than underdressed, but if you can strike it right in the middle, go for it. Step 2, and that's the pre-drinks. That's the pre-gaming. That's the moment when everyone gets together, and from experience last night, half of the people there were ready to go. They were in their suits. They were made up. They were in their dresses. They were, ready to go. They just want to drink and hang out, sort of loosen up a little. And the other half was still getting ready, which is also kind of a vibe, so long as there's, a balance of each. Because if you're the only people there, like I was, Danny and I were basically the only people there that were sitting on the couch while everyone was getting ready for a little while. It was very awkward. But it's really cool. It's a great vibe. People are helping each other sort of do haircuts, people getting head shaves, people were, fixing up earrings that were breaking, sorting out tape for dresses and that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun, and it brings everyone together, and then you sort of drinking at the same time. You've got your own playlist on. It's kind of the vibe, and I think that the pregame can actually set the tone for the rest of the night, in the sense that you might go to the main event and be like, "Oh, that was kind of anticlimactic because we were absolutely having a scene at old mate's house earlier on."
Yeah, no, 100%. It certainly tends to be my favorite kind of point. Usually because
really?
I'm like the last to get dressed. So I'm like, "Hey, everybody's here." I'll be like, "Hey, could you iron my shirt? Hey, could you go find me some cufflinks?"
Oh my God. That's kind of degen, bro. That's kind of degen. And I bet you're walking around with your shirt off, like making sure everyone's seeing you getting through.
Cocktails shaking in one hand.
They're seeing the glow up, Oh yeah, dude. That's pretty degen, bro. That's not what I'm talking about, that's for sure.
Well, I come into my own because step 3, the drink smuggling. That's usually my specialty.
Yes, you're renowned for this, actually. Australia-wide famous and national icon for smuggling drinks and getting drinks into events.
Infamously renowned. I think I got away with that one.
Yeah, you were so close though, dude. Infamously or something like that. Dude.
It was coming. So jackets are obviously the easiest one to smuggle in flasks and little drinks. risky, but that's the name of the game. And for the ladies, you got your purses, and I know actually no, that doesn't really. I was going to say festivals. People hide it in their hair and all the rest of it, but that probably wouldn't do that at a fancy event.
All right. Yep.
But like, I've got a good one for the races. This is where I became famous. And
this is why I accepted a spot on the podcast, because I was like, oh, this guy already has a national, kind of identity. Yeah, exactly. He's a bit exposed.
Personality. Yeah, 100%. So we had, you can bring in, you can bring in like a bag of goodies like chips, a few non-alcoholic drinks, and like a roast chicken. I think we brought in with sandwiches and. Set yourself up for the day. It's a long day, the races. It's like 8 hours that you're in the sun, you're drinking. Yep. So, but we brought in like ice packs. So like, the ones that you put in the freezer, like the hard ones, and they're full of liquid. So like we opened them up, which was quite difficult, but we got them open and then got rid of all the freezy gel and cleaned them out, because I think that shit would kill you. So,
I am kind of a little bit, it's explaining a little bit of your mental state at the moment, the fact that you did this.
Probably explains why I ended up in the news.
Yeah, true.
So, and then you clean it all out, and then you fill it up with vodka, and you can fit, if you have 2 of them, you fit about, I think it's 700 ml of vodka in there.
Ooh.
Which is insane.
That's dangerous. That's double dangerous, considering its location and the quantity.
Yeah. So we put them in there, and then, straight through security. It's great. One year we'll just minding our own business at our little picnic blanket, and the RSA came over, and they're like, oh, you can't have these bottles of Coke, because we had like bottles of Coke. They were just like the decoy to distract. And they were fully sealed and everything. We hadn't even opened them. We were like already been there for 4 hours. So surely that was probably a bit suspect. And they grabbed it. They're like, oh, you can't have them. There could be alcohol in there or something. We're like, it's not even open. It hasn't even been cracked. And then they like took them off. And then everybody around us was like, what the fuck? Did they just take your Coke? And we're like, yeah. And then like all these Karens just started like yelling out at the RSA. And then a couple of people went over to them. And,
Pro Karens?
Yeah, pro Karens. Karens were on our side.
Oh, ally Karens.
Ally Karens.
That's huge.
Yeah. And they got the Coke bottles back. And then as soon as the RSA walked off, I just like stood up and yelled out. I was like, all right, who wants some vodka then?
Hey,
giving everybody vodka.
Let's go. What did the Karens think? Were they on board?
Oh, they were on board. It was so funny. 50-year-olds just like giving them alcohol. God, I'm glad I got that 15 to 50 age bracket right. Playing alcohol. But yeah, no, that was a great day, and I did end up in the news later on that day for being a little bit too drunk. And
you're almost a poster boy for, it's like every year at the Melbourne Cup, it's like they do the coverage of the races, but there's always like the degenerate scum that left trash everywhere and vomited, and the girls like peeing in hedges and stuff. And you were kind of like you were the opener of the album or something like that.
Yeah. Well, the worst part was that I had a photo in there before the drunk one, and the one in there before was about the flask and how we snuck him in there, and they were like, "Oh, genius." And then like 10 photos down on the reel, there's just me just absolutely blind. I was like,
it's one of the iconic pictures as well.
Yeah, wearing a pink jacket. So easy to tell.
Yeah. No, brilliant. That was iconic. That was definitely... I feel like you might almost be more famous than me. I've had my fair share of national exposure, but that's pretty big. News.com, that's kind of an illustrious home name brand. Anyway, step 4. Now, sort of back more to, you've had your drinks, you've dressed up, you're in the event, you're vibing out, you've gone with your friends, you've gone with your big group. But let's face it.
Oh, look who's got friends now.
Oh, mate, you've seen check out Daniel Stewart on Instagram. I'll tell you what, I had an absolutely gorgeous looking squad.
Hey, there's no self-promotion of your Instagram account. Go to the road guide, people.
Oh, mate, I'll happily share pictures of me at this event on the road guide. Anyway, you got to get around the venue. Your friends have already seen you. They've seen you looking absolutely sharp. You've done your pictures. You've got your before everything hit the fan look sort of pictures taken. But you want to go around and you want to let people know that you're looking good. This is probably the best you'll ever look. Let's face it. You'll never look that young again in your life. You'll never be in that location again in your life, that fresh, that young, that carefree. Make sure people see, walk around. Doesn't matter how tenuously connected you are, how close you are to them. If it's someone that's like a friend of a friend of a friend, identify that with them. Let them know, like, hey, I'm this big winner. Sort of be a bit of a fraud.
That's how you should introduce yourself when you walk over to them. Like, hey, I'm that big winner.
And I think after you've been smuggling drinks and drinking vodka cokes from a bloody frozen gel flask, I think you would be opening with, hey, I'm kind of a big deal. Look at me. So I reckon that's what you got to do. It's a lot of fun, and everyone's looking good as well. And it's a good chance to see your friends who you care about their beauty on the inside, but it is really nice to see them absolutely flourishing on the outside,
Yeah. And it's the only thing that would top that is step 5, and is seeing them absolutely off their tits. Because that's step 5, to write yourself off.
Truly.
Yeah, ladies, like, and it's more the end of the night. You want to just be exhausted, done for, Yeah. You've had a crack at night.
Featured
ladies, the ladies got the heels in the hand, fellas, jacket hanging over one shoulder, and you just
ties up, the ties undone, the top jacket, top button of the shirt is undone. You can finally breathe again. Belt's loosened. Maybe your fly's down. I don't know if that's really necessary, but it's been a long night. It could be the case.
Necessary at all.
You're right. We don't want anyone getting arrested with this advice, but probably keep the fly up. We keep the flies up. Let's
keep the flies up. Come on, boys.
But you're right. You get the rare opportunity. Quite frankly, it is kind of rare that people really go out of their way. At least, from my experience here in outback Queensland. Reminder that I am in outback Queensland, Great Queensland.
That is spelled Q-U-E-E.
It's a good chance to you see them in their finest, but you also see their darkest moment when they've just gone from they should be this picture of perfection, but no, they're just an absolute tragic mess, and they're falling over the place, and it is definitely a vibe.
Yeah, but it gets more risky as well with the walk of shame the next day, potentially, for the lucky few that found a potential
the 10%.
The 10% of the socially capable. It's that walk of home, because like, how do you hide it? Where fellas, if you're in a suit, like, it's pretty obvious at 8 a.m. Walking down the street,
and it's crumpled, dude. It's
stained
stained as well, probably. It's in bad shape.
There's vodka raspberry all down the front of it, the white shirt. And ladies, you're in a dress and heels. Like, oh man, it's just
everyone knows.
It's pretty easy to spot. And rocking up to brunch, with your heels in your hand, or still in your
You've
suit.
done that?
It's, yeah. I left the jacket.
I'm
in the
not
car,
surprised,
but...
actually. Sorry. Sometimes I'm like, I'll play my part and I'll act surprised at the degeneracy of DOS, but actually I'm not surprised at all. That's par for the course.
Well, bringing on to the show for the big call today.
The big call.
Our childhood friend, Jedediah Fahey.
Hey, fellas.
G'day, Jed. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, just living a beautiful life up in sunny North Queensland. Shout out to Queensland.
Queensland.
You can tell, mate. I have got to say, can I just quickly say, we have had some Queenslanders audition for the show, and we've had some Queenslanders on the show. Is it not? Aren't the Queenslanders just like the nicest bunch? They come in here, they like have a nice thing to say. All your Victorian friends are just like, how am I going to bring these guys that seem to be having a good life down to my level?
Yeah,
they're trying to take us down a notch.
Look, it's because they're in a shit place, and it's just a reflex action. It's just a reflex action for them, I think, at this stage. But
no, Jed's the first Queenslander.
He is the first Queenslander, but we've also we did sort of test having pre-recorded stuff sent in, and the Queenslanders that did send in their potential pre-recorded big calls were very generous towards us, very kind. So I think there's a trend. This isn't going to cut it. Let's go back to live.
Let's get some toxicity.
Jed, we know you very well for decades, I think we could say. Well, at least for me, we go, although we didn't have a great deal to do with each other in primary school. We had a bit to do with each other, bumped into each other. Yeah. Good guy. Who are you, Jed? Let the people know. Who is Jedediah Fahey?
Well, usually I go by Jed, but call me whatever. It's fine.
Hey, you can't just make up your name on the show, all right?
Yeah, have some integrity.
I also go by JF Ventures. Yeah, you can look me up.
Oi, 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 oi.
No, I love a mystery guest plug.
I'm the only one that gets to plug my personal Insta, not JF Ventures on Instagram, dude.
No, it's Jed. I live up in Townsville. I'm a apprentice electrician, full-time meme expert.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it really. Just spend my time fishing, getting heat stroke, and drinking beer.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep, that's the Queenslander life, mate.
It's
Fishing, heat
Queensland
stroke,
life.
and beer. That's basically how we live.
I honestly nearly fell asleep listening to the Queensland Life.
Mate, it's because the heat stroke fries all the brain cells. We can just have a good time and not think too hard about it. You Victorians are like, your brain's like overthinking things. You're stressing out. We're just like, beer and fish.
We've got our light booze.
It's the reason why we're always happy.
Yeah. So this is the big call. We've made a big call to Jed, and Jed is going to tell us a story of when he himself made a big call. And he's going to stop right at that moment when he had to make the decision, find out what Dos and I would have done in that situation. We'll let him know, and then he'll let us know what he did in that scenario. Jed, take it away.
All right, so this goes back to 2015 when I was doing my military training. And it was I think it was a Thursday night.
Army.
Yeah, shout out to the army. It was a Thursday night, and I just had my heart broken for the 5th time that month because I never learnt the first time, but that's all right. And I called Hayden.
We never do.
And I called Hayden, and I was like, "What are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm on the coast for like a night on tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh yeah." Had a look online. I'm also going to be in the coast tomorrow. Book flights.
Damn.
So I get on the bus, go to Sydney, and then as I'm waiting in the airport, Hayden sends me a message. He's like, "Don't get your parents to pick you up. I'm going to pick you up." So I was like, "Yeah, all right."
This never ends well, dude. Listeners know. Listeners know. All right. I'm going to cut to the chase here. The big call is you should not have even entered this into the situation without agreement. Can we just from here, Juzzy, we'll add Juzzy's story and we'll have the same answers. Anyway, keep going.
So I get to the airport. Pretty much as soon as I land, walk outside, Hayden's there. I get in the car.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, people. He did it. I got there.
He's there.
Oh man.
I throw my bag in the back, get in the front seat. He hands me a bottle of vodka. Righto, we're on. Right,
Service, I tell ya.
Jeez. Hang on. Hayden Osborne.
No, me.
Well, Dos.
This
Dos.
can't be
Yeah.
Dos, bro. This can't be, dude.
Yeah,
Surely the alcohol helps you convince that it's me.
Yeah, but it's so generous, bro. I mean, you're there on time. You're waiting for him I don't know.
To be
Keep
fair,
going.
he was there because his brother was living in Brisbane at the time. So we get there and go straight to, I think it was Jack's place. And we get there and we're going out. And I'm going out to the valley. Now, this is the first time I've ever been out in the valley before.
One of the best places to go out in
Yeah,
Brisbane.
yeah.
Definitely.
So
Shout out
first,
Valley.
yeah,
Oh,
first
shout out
time
the
there.
Valley.
And pretty much we get there and we go into one nightclub. And this is where things started to go downhill slightly. So we're doing,
I reckon it started going downhill when I picked you up at the airport.
No. It started off promising. I can't see how this could possibly have gotten worse.
what happened was basically we're sitting there and we're going, it was a great idea at the time. Not so much the next day, but at the time it was tequila shots with Jager bomb chasers.
Oh,
And
good
we
God.
didn't just do it once. We did it several times.
Dos, we know that Jed's running from demons, but what are you running from in this situation? Why are you punishing yourself like this?
Because he's suffering. So
Ah.
I'm there for. I'm feeling his pain, man.
Oh, man.
I'm the breakup guy. When someone breaks up, I'm the guy they call.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, keep going.
But yeah, so things started going a bit blurry, but there were bits and pieces. I remember me and Hayden got a photo together, and it looked great. About 2 days later, when they posted
classic
it,
photo.
they posted it, and then I'm just elbowing some woman in the face.
Yeah.
We met someone in.
Put up on the Insta. Check it out.
We're going up to the toilets, and we met someone, big fat man with a white beard. So naturally, Santa Claus. So we got a photo
It's
with
Santa, bro.
Yeah, seedy Santa in the
With that
toilet.
Urinal in the background. We met Santa.
God.
And then we were sitting out the front and we were talking to these two girls. I remember one of them being Irish, and that's about it. And then I black out. Then I'm back up again, and I don't know where Hayden is. So I'm completely lost. I looked in my bank account. I have next to no money left.
He's in the 99%.
99, baby! Let's go! One of us!
There was something else where I couldn't get a hold of Hayden. I don't know, so I didn't know where his brother's house was, and I'm just sitting there, and I don't know Brisbane. I'm sitting there, and I don't know what to do. What would you guys have done at that stage?
My question is, you blacked out. I would normally say with a blackout that I would be waking up the next day. Is it the day after, or was it just a momentary lapse?
It was a momentary lapse of maybe 2 hours.
You're alone, and you're still smashed in Brisbane.
Yep.
What am I doing? Mate, I'm on the Lime scooter. You've just had your soul crushed. You've had your heart broken. The only place in Brisbane where you can find what you need to mend a broken heart or to think about the questions of life is to get on a Lime scooter. Stuff them, dude. You're in Brisbane. It's relatively safe apart from the crimes. And just get out there and hit the Story Bridge, hit the boardwalk along the Great Brown Snake, the Brown Snake as we call it. I don't really care too much about Brisbane except for Fortitude Valley, but anyway. Dude, stuff them, bro. Get out of there. Go find true love, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, my involvement was I had the same sort of problem because I blacked out as well, and then for me, I just came to
you both came to separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, Jed, you kind of came to about 5 a.m. and
Yeah.
no idea where I was and what was happening. And I came to at 7 a.m. with no idea where Jed was or what was happening. And I just remember the sun coming up and I was still in the valley and I was like, what the fuck? Where's Jed? He doesn't even know where we're going home. So I got a little bit worried. But yeah, if I was in Jed's position, I'd just go straight back into a club and just dance and dance until the sun comes up, and then you can start to address it. Turn your phone off, like save the battery, and then just dance for as long as you can, which I've done a couple of times. It's tough, but yeah, until the lights come on, basically.
Jed,
then
we've given you two honestly pretty reasonable responses.
Yeah.
I sincerely expect that you have probably done something absolutely scuffed in this situation.
Drastically different, yes.
Oh, God, dude.
So what I did was remind you, I've got like no money and no idea where I'm
find
going.
an innkeeper.
And I'm just looking there.
Oh no, this is gonna make me look bad. I'm not gonna say that story. Go on.
But yeah, I'm just sitting there and
Don't mind me just jumping in, then not telling a story.
Thanks for sharing.
cool,
Thanks
that's
for sharing. Good chat. Good chat.
I forget now that we've got 8 listeners. I got to be a little bit more,
Yeah.
But yeah, basically what I did was I just got in a cab and I said, just drive. And he's going, where? And I said, that way, and pointed directly in front. And so he just started driving. And then all of a sudden...
Taxis are better than Ubers.
Yeah. And then I'm looking through and I've seen a street that I recognise. I don't know how I recognise it. And I just yelled, stop. So he's hit the anchors real hard, broke. And I've got so excited just finding whoever's house it was that I've run towards it. And then I stopped halfway there and I've gone, shit.
Oh, no.
I forgot to pay. So I ran back and I'm
And this is where Ubers are better than taxis.
And I'm just smacking my card against the window trying to pay for it. And the taxi driver's on the phone to the police.
He's like, no, I've called the police. You're done, bro. You're done.
And the taxi driver.
I'm not having a good night. I'll see you done.
And then the taxi driver's just sitting there and he's just like, yeah, he's come back. And just hung up the phone and I paid for it. And then went in there.
I thought you said you had no money.
No, I had a little bit. I had next to no money.
Oh, you just wanted to be part of the 99%.
You 1% scum. You always have money, don't you, Jed?
So make me sick.
Anyway, so I've gone in there and then
cut him off. Cut him off.
Anyway,
so I think we just got an ad break now, and do we have sponsors?
Got an ad
yet?
break? Nah. I was like, dude, are you gonna surprise me with something here? Like, you manage our social media. I'm like, is Manscaped on? Raid Shadow Legends, the popular mobile game. Anyway, I don't know. We don't have those. We're not associated. We are, but we will.
We're
in fact, maybe you're a company that that most people would have too much integrity to support or to be, to give a shout out. We probably might. If the price is right, we might give you a shot. And, you could expand your reach to our 8 listeners, as you mentioned. 8.
Yeah.
We've been going up one listener per pod.
Episode.
Let's
pretty
keep
good.
going. So in 3 years' time, we'll have 150 listeners. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Anyway, Dos, here's one for you. I've got a real good one, potentially. I've just been to the pub. In Queensland, we're allowed to go outside and we're allowed to have as many friends in any place as we want. It's absolutely fantastic. So I went to the pub, spur of the moment thing, and it's a new place. No, it's an old place with a new catering mob in town. Now, obviously, being that there's 3 restaurants in town, I need to be quite careful with some of the things I say here. But what's
banned.
important is I wanted to go in there and I wanted to evaluate whether the new caterers for this established venue were any good. Because we bump around a bit to all the different places. There are places that we go, oh, that place has the best salad. That place has the best steak, the best pizza, the best, the formal place.
Best coffee,
the best coffee. So I wanted to find out, what's this place's kick. So to go in there, you have to have a measuring stick. You need to have the control, I think it's called, where it's just basically the standard by which everything is measured. Could be the dingiest pub to the most extravagant, exquisite Michelin star restaurant. For me, that item on the menu is steak. It preferably is rib fillet, medium rare, Diane sauce, pretty simple stuff. Chips and, of course, salad on the side. That's also quite important. But in this case, it was rump. They didn't have the rib fillet. Obviously, it's a brand new place, so obviously the menu probably isn't quite as wide. But it was a rump steak, 200-gram Wagyu, seemed pretty good. And I guess it got me thinking. I said to a mate there, I was like, hey, do you do this? Do you go and jump into a restaurant, a new place, and get the same thing you would get anywhere else just for the first time, just to see where does this place stack up to all the places I've ever eaten at? And he said, yeah, he does it with the Palmy. Dos, I'm curious. Do you do the same thing? Is that something that you actually consciously do?
Yeah, I'd say the Palmy's pretty universal. I think that's a really clear kind of measuring stick. I think I'm a pretty big supporter on that. But I kind of I go a little bit bigger than that. I kind of judge entire towns on their fish and chips. So
wow. That's tough, bro. That's tough. What if you don't go to the best fish and chip shop? Do you make sure you're going to the highest rated one so that you're getting the best fish and chip from that town?
Yeah. Usually be the highest rated one. And I go there. And especially rural small towns, there's not really much choice. There's usually only one. But it's kind of how there's always that meme that kind of goes around where kids are in the car with their dad and their dad's like, hey, I built that house. I helped build that house. I kind of drive through towns and I'm like, had good fish and chips at this place. That's kind of my measuring stick.
How much does the quality of the fish and chips so you might come to a new town, you're like, oh, the landscaping here is spectacular. People out doing stuff. It looks like a really vibrant place. If it's absolute garbage fish and chips, how much does that actually skew your thoughts of that town? Does it really factor in?
Oh, 100%. 100%. You know how I actually think this might have played a big part in our friendship, to be honest, because
true,
Toowoomba. So when you moved back to Toowoomba, and we're obviously 3 hours away while we're still at school, and I was like, oh yeah, I was happy to find an excuse to go to Toowoomba because I had some of the best fish and chips I've ever freaking had.
Wow, you took me to that place. It was it was on the sort of I don't really know the directions, but it was. I went to that place with you. It was good.
Yeah.
Really
I just
good. I
love that place. And then, that was kind of one of the reasons why I was always happy to come to your place, come to a party.
Thanks, man. All right, that's enough. That's mean. That's hurtful. All right.
No, I'm saying it helped.
I hope you enjoyed. I just hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was worth it.
It brought us together, man. It brought us together.
Look, I'm off ya. That's it. That's it for the Rogue Guide. I need to go back and listen to the Choosing Your Friends episode because I've gone wrong. I've gone so wrong.
Wrong.
I've gone so wrong. But thanks for tuning in. As we do every week, we love getting messages from you. And I'm with Dos. I do be getting them on our personal profiles, and go ahead, give them a like and a follow. But it's the Rogue. Keep it on the Rogue site. Keep it on the Rogue page. We'll have one of our meme masters or even admin Dos get back to you. Become a part of the Rogue life, Become a rogue, all right? Become a rogue yourself. Get on the program.
I like to call us the Rogers because it's kind of like an ogre, but it's the Rogers.
Oh, the Rogers!
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah?
I don't hate it. Are we going to spell it like Rogers? Because you've got... I'm looking at it in a document right now, actually. You've got it spelt Rogue RS. I'm just wondering... do you want it spelt like Rogers? Because I would hate Rogers, actually.
Yeah, I think I want it spelled like Rogers.
All right, sweet. Well, it's settled. We've got Rogers. Listen, if you're one of the 8 Rogers in the world, my hat goes off to you, dude.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Episode 9, though, you'll have a new friend to talk to because it means we get another listener. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Dos, catchphrase.
Catchphrase. Well, what about thanks for listening, Rogers?
You're cool, man.
Why don't you just fucking come up with one? How about that? Throw me under the bus at the end of every episode. I'm trying here.